Good morning, everyone, and really welcome. And we really appreciate you visiting with us today. So my name is Gene Block, and I'm the Chancellor at UCLA. And it's my pleasure to open today's event. So we have a very special welcome. We have many distinguished guests here today, including our governor, Gavin Newsom, who we're really delighted he's here today, as well as University of California President Michael Drake, as well as Senator Ben Allen and Senator Anthony Portantino. I believe we have County Chair Lindsay Horvath is with us today, Council Member Katie Jaroslawski, and Regents Chair Lieb, Regent Perez, and Regent Sherman. So thank you for all being here and all the other distinguished guests that are with us today. So this is a great honor to share some, I think, truly incredible and momentous news. And that's, as you can see, UCLA has acquired the Westside Pavilion Mall, this mall that we all remember, those of us that live in LA. The Pavilion is a massive 700,000 square foot property 2 miles from our main campus here in Los Angeles, so it's well located with respect to UCLA. We'll completely transform this empty former mall into a UCLA Research Park. It will serve as a state-of-the-art hub of research and innovation that will bring together academics, corporate partners, government agencies, and startups to explore new areas of inquiry and achieve breakthroughs that could serve the common good. So this will be a convening place for all these different entities to work together. With significant support from Governor Newsom and the state of California, as well as a group of founding donors, led by Meyer Luskin, Dr. Gary Michelson, Dr. Eric Israelian, Dr. Ari Beldegrin, Sean Parker, and Michael Milken, we'll be able to create here a new institute for immunology and immunotherapy. This will be the home of the California Institute for Immunology and Immunotherapy, or CIII, will be located here. The Institute will put Los Angeles and California at the forefront of these emerging fields, which are reshaping medicine and helping us better fight cancer and other range of diseases. We've all recognized going through a pandemic how important immunology is. That work will be done here. The UCLA Research Park will also become the home of the UCLA's Center for Quantum Science and Engineering. The center brings together scholars and industry partners to advance one of the most important breakthrough technologies in recent years. The development of the Research Park will have a monumental impact on UCLA and our city, California, and the world. For UCLA, it will enable our remarkable university to grow, flourish, and continue to serve the public good in our second century. For Los Angeles, it will mean the rebirth of a once bustling mall, as I said, that many of us remember, bustling, and will solidify our city's position as the epicenter for scientific achievements. For California and the world, it will mean new advances that will greatly improve human health and better our global society. We're deeply thankful to the governor and the California legislature for supporting the UCLA Research Park and for continuing to put our state as well as our state universities at the forefront of global innovation. Now, to speak more about the fields of immunology and immunotherapy, I'd like to introduce UCLA Professor of Microbiology, Immunology, and Molecular Genetics, Owen Whitty. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Before I begin my brief remarks, I'd like to acknowledge some very important people that are here today in the audience who, as the Institute develops, will have a key role in the hiring, bringing in new faculty to help re-energize this tremendous field. So first, Tracy Johnson, who's the Dean of Life Sciences. Over there, give a wave, thank you. Life Sciences is the largest division in the College of Letters and Sciences here at UCLA. And Steve Dubinet, who is the Dean of the David Geffen School of Medicine, over there. So I have over 50 years of research experience in the field of immunology, and particularly its application to the treatment of cancer and autoimmune diseases. I believe the unique public-private partnership embodied in the California Institute of Immunology and Immunotherapy will be a dramatic agent of change scientifically, medically, and economically for Los Angeles, the state of California, and well beyond. A deeper understanding of the science of immunology can transform biomedical sciences. I cannot think of a single disorder that wouldn't be better treated if we had a greater insight into the immune system. Diseases as distinct as diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, neurodegenerative disorders, atherosclerosis, and many more have immune dysregulation as a part of their pathology. We've had some dramatic successes using monoclonal antibodies and cellular therapies for diseases like cancer, food allergies, organ transplantation, and autoimmune disorders. Each of these was dependent on a fundamental understanding of the immune system and its components and how to exploit them for therapeutic benefit. In 2020, when the world watched the exponential growth of a truly existential threat, the COVID-19 pandemic, immunology in the form of mRNA vaccines literally saved the world. We all became familiar with the fundamentals of immunology: viral spike protein antigens, neutralizing antibody responses, herd immunity. We all became immunologists in part. The understanding of biological systems is like solving a complex jigsaw puzzle. Most of the time we have a few pieces in place, can't yet see where the remaining pieces should be placed. The Institute will bring together teams of physicians, scientists, researchers, and trainees using the most advanced technologies to collaboratively focus their efforts to solve such puzzles and translate this knowledge to treat disease. These advances result in key intellectual property, new biotech companies that can be incubated on site, a critical feature, and eventually great benefit to patients worldwide. The California Institute of Immunology and Immunotherapy can be an engine of economic advancement by generating such new companies. Perhaps analogous to Silicon Valley, the California Institute here will be the catalyst for an immunology valley here in Southern California. The farsightedness of the governor and state legislature, UC leadership, and the Institute founders will ensure this vision, and we should all be grateful for their commitment to this effort. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my colleague, Dr. Eric Hudson. He's the David Saxon Presidential Chair in Physics and Astronomy, and he's helping to lead the efforts in UCLA in quantum sciences.
Today is a very special day for us at UCLA. The building we're in will soon house the UCLA's Quantum Innovation Hub that my colleagues and I have been working on for 4 years. We're very thankful to a number of people for their vision and commitment to science and engineering and driving innovation that will provide economic growth and security for California and the nation. First and foremost, we thank Governor Newsom, President Drake, the UC Regents, Chancellor Block, VCR Wakamoto, CFO Bear James, Robert Gray, and Bob Reith. I'd also like to especially acknowledge Senior Dean of the college, Miguel Garcia Garibay, who, along with his counterpart, Alyssa Park's office in engineering, really the reason we're here today. The hub, as we call it, started as a grassroots effort amongst faculty, and it was through the commitment and guidance and just counseling of their office that we made it here today. We're also happy to recognize and welcome Parney Albright, CEO of HRL, who will be our first industry partner in the hub, and recognize the generous support of Boeing and the National Science Foundation's Quantum Leap Challenge program. I'm also personally thankful to my colleagues, Professor Jason Petta, Mark Geyer, the director of our center, Richard Ross, the director of education, and Brock Bussell, the chair of our strategic board. The hub is a new public-private partnership between UCLA and California companies designed to accelerate the development of quantum technology. With quantum technology, we can perform better measurements, quicker measurements, we can provide completely secure communication, we can break the encryption that we use for our communications today completely, and we can build computers that can help solve big problems, reaching from climate change to energy scarcity, drug and material design, and hopefully even understanding the chemical binding that drives immunology. Delivered at scale, quantum technology will not just change science and technology, but it's going to touch all aspects of our lives. It will revolutionize society. These fruits, though, are not easily won. it's a challenging technology and requires new, non-traditional approaches. The hub will meet this challenge by creating an environment where UCLA researchers will work under the same roof with industry scientists, from established industry leaders like HRL, as well as smaller and innovative startups. Only by working together can we deliver the promise of quantum technology and position California companies at the forefront of this endeavor that's going to shape the next 100 years. The unique environment will also provide an exciting opportunity for the other aspect of what we do at UCLA, education. By collaborating with the private sector, our students will not only have a strong foundation for science and engineering, but they'll understand how to translate from the lab into the real world. And while today I certainly celebrate the announcement of this new space and the establishment of the Quantum Innovation Hub, I recognize, as you probably do if you look around, that there's a lot of work to do. And I mean more, though, than just building out this space and moving in laboratory equipment. The work requires building partnerships, furthering partnerships with government, industry, public and private philanthropy in this wonderful city where we live. So as I close, I want to personally invite all of you to join us in this endeavor as partners. Together, we can use the Quantum Innovation Hub to make Los Angeles the center of quantum industry. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Professor Michael Drake, who is the president of University of California, and a large part of the reason we're here today. Sir.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Well, good to see everyone, and go Bruins. You know, go Bruins indeed, but go Bruins, go University of California, go California, go humanity, and really go world. The discoveries and the innovations that will take place here will change the world, and really a privilege to be a part of this ceremony this morning. I'm honored to be here on behalf of the University of California to mark such a momentous occasion. The purchase of the Westside Pavilion exemplifies a remarkable collaboration between the university, the state of California, and partners in the private sector. We're tremendously grateful to Governor Newsom and the state legislature for their leadership and their commitment to ensuring that the University of California continues to thrive and to serve our state. This moment has been in the making for quite some time. It began with support from Governor Newsom and the vision of several generous donors for the California Institute of Immunotherapy and Immunology. I think of it as CI3. I don't know what it's going to be called, but that's it's going to be tremendous. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic made it crystal clear that we need a much better understanding of the field of immunology, and launching this institute, which will be managed under UCLA Health, the UCLA Health umbrella, will position UCLA at the forefront of immunology research and improve health outcomes for people across the state and around the world. We're deeply grateful to Governor Newsom for committing $500 million in state funding toward the Institute, $200 million of which has already been allocated, and to the founders whose vision and support made this possible. And that brings us to today's wonderful news about the purchase of the Westside Pavilion shopping mall by UCLA. We're excited to have this opportunity to contribute to the revitalization of this landmark and to turn it into the UCLA Research Park. This will be the future home of cutting-edge discoveries that benefit people here in Los Angeles and across California and around the world. The opening of the UCLA Research Park will also help the University of California continue to attract the world's best researchers and students in immunology, immunotherapy, and quantum science. And I'm proud to be here today alongside Governor Newsom, Chancellor Block, and our friends and supporters to celebrate the first step toward establishing this state-of-the-art facility. We also all look forward to listening and learning and hearing about the life-changing discoveries that the Research Park will make possible in the years to come. Thank you all. And now it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce Governor Gavin Newsom, longtime friend, supporter, and partner of the University of California. I came back to California just a bit over 3 years ago and was committed to doing all we could to forge a strong partnership with the state, and we couldn't be happier with the way things have gone. The governor has been a champion for higher education, advocating for expanded opportunity, equity, and innovation in so many ways. Thanks to his vision and leadership, we have been able to accomplish so much together, and I know we're on the way to accomplish even more. So please join me in welcoming to the podium Governor Gavin Newsom.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for making this happen. We love to say about our state, the state of California, the future happens here first. We're America's coming attraction. State that I love to say of dreamers, of doers, emphasis doers, entrepreneurs, innovators, long priding ourselves on being on the leading and cutting edge of new ideas. And that's the spirit, that's the zeitgeist, I think, that meets this moment. But we also recognize that if you're going to do well in the future, you've got to invest in it. And that's really the spirit in terms of why we are here. We are doubling down on the game that we played that separates the game played elsewhere. We don't believe that higher education is some establishment plot. We believe in education. We believe in science. We believe in partnerships, not just public-private partnerships, but public-public partnerships. And I say public-public partnerships because that's also part of the effort here, advancing an understanding and a synergy around not just the UC system itself, but the broader system of higher education in this state, the opportunity to partner with Caltech, the opportunity to partner with other institutions of higher learning, the opportunity to partner with the county and the city, the opportunity to partner, yes, with the state of California. We are proud of our past, but we are enlivened about our future. And that future is quite literally being advanced here. I want to, though, take a step back, because we wouldn't be here in terms of the state's commitment had I not gotten pushed back into the corner by Michael Milken at the Milken Institute and Gary Michelson, who said, "We need to talk to you." I said, "I'm busy. I've got a panel coming up." They said, "We'll move the panel. We need to talk to you about this opportunity." And they seeded this consciousness around the opportunity to do something big, bold, to do something great, and to take advantage of this moment at a time when, frankly, there was a little bit of anxiety, uncertainty about the moment we were in the state of California, to be fully transparent with you. This was in the middle of COVID, and people were talking about the best days not necessarily being in front of us, but being behind us, and that we needed, in the spirit of stepping up, we needed to step up that game, and we needed to assert ourselves more forcefully. We had the privilege and opportunity of doing that because you may recall, and thank you, many of you, particularly that second row here, of enjoying back-to-back budget surpluses, $177.7 billion. It seems like an eternity ago. It was just a few years ago. And that afforded the opportunity to take that vision, to take that conversation and to make it real, to work with legislative leaders who immediately embraced it, that understood the power and potency of advancing this partnership, and doing so down here in Southern California. And the importance, frankly, the imperative of doing it here in partnership with UCLA. There was a lot of conversation about that. Where does this belong as it relates to immunology work, and who is the best partner? But it was essential, based upon the philanthropic frame, that Southern California be the beneficiary. And it makes perfect sense. I come from the Bay Area. I've seen the birthplace of life science, biotech, Genentech, 79, Stanford, Berkeley, all happened there, right there, and now dominantly in South San Francisco and the Silicon Valley and Bay Area region. The opportunities to bring that translational opportunities to the business and startup community, and to enliven people's senses and distill a sense of well-being and opportunity, obviously is a big part of the announcement here today for this region in Southern California. So I'm just very proud and thankful. But let's be honest, we wouldn't necessarily be here if it weren't for another California-based company, Google, that had a vision to bring a few thousand people down here, that started to build out this space. COVID hit. They start to reevaluate the world they're living in, but they decided not to turn their back. Quite the contrary. They came back and engaged in constructive conversations, and they turned this space over in partnership and, again, in the spirit of the best of California. California-based company that not that many years ago was a startup themselves. And here they are helping inspire and create the next generation. And I'll just close on this. I've been reading a lot about quantum computing because, you know, let's just be candid. I didn't know a damn thing about it. I can act like I knew about it, but that's, you know, let's have a real conversation. And I've heard of bits. You know, I get on, off, I get ones and zeros. But this qubit thing took me a little time. But I just want to thank one additional, and that's whoever the producer was at 60 Minutes, because they helped me along that journey of understanding and capacity building. And I'm all in now. I think this is the damn best thing that's ever happened. And I love that we dominate in this space. We have no peers. It's like artificial intelligence. There are no peers. It is California that owns this space. And so I'm excited about that. And again, it gives me confidence moving forward about the state of this state, the state of our nation, a state of dreamers and, again, doers. And so I thank you all for all of your hard work. I look forward to 40 months, if you're curious, ish. I think you added the ish at the end. When this is complete and built out, thousands of folks come here. We build that capacity. We build more partnerships. And we continue to invent the future. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you for being out here today.